Everyone is debating whether or not the new Switch 2 Joy-Con is a mouse or not, but what I haven't heard too many people ask is, what if it is? In my research and imagining, I was able to think up 3 ways that this mouse could be used. I'm sure there are a ton of more ways that I'm just not thinking of, so please leave your comments down below as I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's start out with the most profound use case. It's one that honestly, I was amazed I was even able to think of. We could use the mouse as a mouse. I know, hold your applause. It would be used to move around, either some sort of pointer icon, or maybe in a first-person game like Metroid to move around the camera. It would open up the ability for tons of new games to be added to the Switch library that otherwise would have been impossible. Games like point-and-click adventures, like the ones I used to play growing up, or RTS games like Civilization 6, maybe even simulation games like City Skylines, Roller Coaster Tycoon, or The Sims, or even MOBAs. Riot, don't even think about it. I think it would also add a ton of quality of life to the Super Mario Maker games. I think this is the most obvious use case, but the most likely. Second, it would allow for an entirely new type of game to be developed. Nintendo is the master at creating new ways to play. Think about it. Wii Sports is an impossible game to play anywhere else other than a console with motion controls. Them adding that one feature to the Wii enabled them to create an entirely new type of game that they were unable to create before. Same with the Wii U, with games like Nintendo Land. It's very difficult to picture at the moment, but it's very possible that Nintendo is creating a new type of game that would require both the mouse as a feature, as well as the controller buttons. I mean, that short throw laser sensor thing is on both the Joy-Cons. Maybe you're using both at the same time. And third, it would be used to help bring new consoles to Nintendo Switch Online. Take a look at the DS, the 3DS, and the Wii. They all used some sort of pointing device. The main gimmick of the Wii, other than the motion controls, was the ability to point at the screen and click on things. Without a sensor bar, Nintendo would have to get creative in their implementation of some sort of pointing mechanic. Now sure, we did see the Joy-Con motion control sort of simulate pointing on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars game, but you could make the argument that the Joy-Con as a mouse could work just as well, if not a little bit better. Or take a look at the DS. There are tons of games that relied heavily on the touchscreen and the stylus. Now sure, the Switch is a touchscreen, but what if you wanted to play, say, the best Legend of Zelda game to ever exist, Spirit Tracks? Please don't hate me, I actually really like that game. Which required you to use the touchscreen to move around. Easy, you just use the Switch's touchscreen, right? Okay, but what if you wanted to play on the TV? Now you're cooked. You'd need some sort of way to touch the screen. Enter the Switch mouse. Also, not to mention, we would get Mario Paint back. Maybe they would bring back Mario Paint. So, what do you guys think? What are some other Joy Mouse use cases that you guys have thought up? Imagine that they call it the Joy Mouse. That would be legendary. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.